In TAPS 1, we covered hanging leg raises, and the first progression is the hanging knee raise. I'm just going to show that and talk about if you have somebody who has an elbow injury, say they hurt their elbow, and you're like, man, it hurts to do a pull-up. So obviously you don't want to do pull-ups and injure it, but you can still work the all their pulling muscles by doing like a hanging knee raise. So we're here, and this is the easiest variation. Elbows are straight, right? Pushing down on the bar, knees come up, just like that. So it's still working all your core muscles and your pulling muscles more than anything. So while this is healing, just do your knee raises. You can also transition that to doing like skin the cat off a bar. Now I'll demonstrate it, then we'll talk safety points on this, and we'll show you some different options you can do. Basically, skin the cat, one thing that's important is make sure your thumbs do wrap around the bar. You know, important safety on that. When I do tactical pull-ups, usually I use thumbless grip all the time, but if I'm going inverted, and people, they do weird stuff when they go inverted, and we'll talk about safety on this big time. So here, this is what it looks like. It's just like bring knees to elbows. We're going to continue right through. All the way through to where you feel comfortable. Like for me, now I can make it all the way down there. Then I can just pull right back through. Just like that. So knees come to the chest, you tuck everything, and you're coming through. Some folks, when they're doing it, this might be their first progression. It's here. Maybe his toes touch the bar, and that's it. Maybe a little bit further here. Maybe a little bit further, okay? But it's just, you're just taking it one step further. One more time, just one. Now Rich is going to do the same thing. What we find is a lot of times people have problems with their feet for whatever reason coming through here. So I'll show them how you do it, Rich. Good. Now from a spotting aspect, obviously you got to be good bringing your knees to your elbows. You know, if you can't bring your knees to your elbows, you probably shouldn't be pushing on the butt and forcing them through. That's just me. But if he gets a little stuck as he's coming up, hand goes around the lower back, then this hand immediately goes right here on the shins, right? So as he's coming through, then I can also put this hand here on his hips. So then you come right back through. Biggest thing when you're working it, dude, he's got a good grip on that bar. Don't let go of the bar, okay? Again, hand on the lower back, helps him up. Catch the ankles right there, front of the hips. Just the position that he feels comfortable. Got any tips going through?
No, that's good.
All right. Now, let's talk about self-spotting. Well, what if you don't have a spotter, right? You want to try this exercise. Safest way to do it, especially with the TAPS unit, is lower the bar. Lower it down to the point, it's probably a good height for me, is that actually we go over the bar. We lower it all the way down. So basically, as I'm working it, I'm starting here, right? Coming up through, coming back through. Now something, you know, if I lose control, whatever, oh, I can still put my feet down, and it's not an issue. I got enough flexibility here, you know, where you kind of self-spot. So it's you don't have to worry about falling. You just here, coming through. Then you just touch, come back through. You just work it that way. Okay, it's safe and it's simple. Anything on that, Rich?
It's also a great way to improve your range of motion. I know a common theme seems to be with people that are new to skin to cats as they do it on a bar or on a set of rings, because it's modeling for gymnast movement, is they feel like as they go through the rings or the bar, once they reach that apex or over their 90-degree mark, feel like they may rip their shoulders loose, and you always hear that. It's actually great rehab. But with this, it's like when Jeff goes through, he can put his feet on the bar or on the floor, come back through, work that range of motion, feels comfortable, feels safe, so he's more likely to do exercise. As he gets better at his range of motion increases, he can raise the TAPS unit up to the next hole, his range of motion will increase every time. And the higher he raises the bar, so eventually he can go completely through. And it's just a great, safe way to increase your range of motion.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing is only stay, always stay within a comfortable and controlled range of motion. Don't try to exceed it. Don't try to move fast. Just it's always slow and controlled. Let's raise the bar just a little bit. And okay. Good. A lot of times, depending on how you're built, some guys have a problem getting their feet through the bar. Maybe you got the food blister, maybe you just got bad flexibility, or whatever the deal is. This is where the tactical rings, just kind of talk about these, how they're designed, and some of the benefits of using them, is the way it's set up, and you'll see later how you can use them for, like you use regular rings. But the way it's designed here, the way the strap is, basically what it does, it feeds on itself. So you lay this over, this piece comes up and through, and now it's secured. So you don't need any extra strapping, just goes right through, boom. So a couple things is I find too, going back to elbow injuries, when you're doing pull-ups, is guys always find a comfortable spot on the bar. If you're doing lots of pull-ups, sometimes they come up with an overuse injury. By changing up and doing pull-ups with rings, there's that little bit of mobility right there, helps that elbow out. So it decreases the chance of overuse injuries. The other thing too, going back to skin the cats, it gives you more space to get your feet through. So if you're one of those people that, no matter what you do, you get stuck, you can't make it through, and set up some rings. And then it's exactly the same. You're here, knees come up. Well, now I got all this room, and you're just coming right back down. Right back to you. Just like that. I'll try to reach. Guys, especially when you're doing these exercises for the first time, make sure that you're in position to spot. As Rich is moving, I can put hands on, should always be ready, your hands here. I'm just kind of kicking back, leaning on the wall, and watch him. He's out of arm's reach. Then you pretty much just you're a witness. You're never going to be able to spot him. Something goes wrong. So be a good spotter. You're the safe. You're responsible for his safety, so it's real important, to do that. Got anything else on that? All right.